best late-night conservative talk show in America, Zack Radio. And listen, there are no people better on the air to give you the best in conservative talk than Zack Sean and Zack Clint. And we're working on immigration papers for a certain other guy who happens to work here, too. For those who are tuning in around the world to the best in late-night conservative talk, Zack Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going rogue here at Freedom Fest 2015 out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Yours truly is taking command of the reins at SHR Media. And while Sackhead Sean and Sackhead Clint have gone about, we are holding Sacco hostage. We have released him from the cage. We took him out of the cage, free Sacco. And we have the greatest gift this Freedom Fest, the opportunity to speak with a phenomenal young man who is taking the world by storm with his wonderful platform. His name is Zack Marks. You probably have seen him or heard him either on ABC or any of the other major communications networks. And the accomplishment he's made at such a very young age is creating a social media device in which all young people can participate in and parents do not have to be afraid of. And so I'm also accompanied today with the great one himself, Dr. Michael Jones, the underground professor.
Hey.
We will interrogate this
AKA
young man.
Santa Claus.
AKA Santa Claus. We will interrogate Zack Marks until he cries. Zack.
Wow, that was a long but good introduction.
Thank you very much. Is that an A?
Yeah, definitely.
Have we started?
And the next voice you will hear will be Zack Marks. No, Zack, thank you so much for being with us today for Freedom Fest. I've been waiting for this interview for 2 years now. You're a very busy man.
Yeah, very busy. Every time you come by the booth, like somehow I'm always talking to at least 2 or 3 people. So
Exactly.
I'm glad we finally got to do this interview.
Don't let him fool you. I saw the guy. He paid $5 to keep an eye out for you.
I want to ask you, first and foremost, tell everyone what your invention was.
Grom Social is like a Facebook for kids. It's with a lot of safety features on it. But yeah, it's exactly kind of the same basic features as Facebook, but a whole lot safer for kids under the age of 16.
And so, first and foremost, how old are you?
I'm 15. I just turned 15, yeah.
15 years old. And so, when did you create this platform which parents truly enjoy their children being on?
I created it when I was 11, and
Wow.
it's been definitely a pretty exciting ride for sure.
11 years old. Dude, I was playing video games at 11 years old. What
What was that,
propelled you?
Pong?
The original Pong. What propelled you to create this software or this platform?
Yeah, well, I just never let out a Facebook account, and I guess taking no for an answer, or not taking no as an answer, is a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Meaning that Daddy banned you from Facebook?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Tell us, now that's an interesting story. Tell us, first and foremost, you're 11 years old. How did you get on Facebook in the first place?
I was a very social person. I loved the internet. I'd always be on my computer all the time. And I don't know, I went on Facebook, all my friends were on at the time, and not really thinking of even telling my dad. I just, went on it. I didn't think anything was bad about it.
Now, how did you slip up?
For kids out there everywhere, how do you do this better?
I friended my dad's best friend who had a Facebook account.
Ooh.
That's where I messed up twice.
Boys and girls?
But this is the problem, though, is that obviously you want to be friends. You want to friend the people that you're actually friends with to see their stuff. So they all knew that my dad didn't want me to have a Facebook account. So it was definitely pretty hard. And I don't know.
Was anyone trying to corrupt you, blackmail you?
No. None of that. No, I got none of that.
So you were taken off of Facebook by a very loving and caring father like myself, who did the same thing to his daughters when they were growing up. Notice how I call myself loving and caring there. So,
Keep saying it. You'll believe it.
if I click my heels 3 times. So you decided to put together this platform, or was it your dad that decided to put together this platform so that both of you all could agree to be mutually acceptable on a social platform?
Well, when I was creating it, he didn't even know that I was creating it.
Dude, I love your deviance.
So he didn't really know about it, and all the kids that we had on the site, he was definitely surprised and blown away by it. And then he stepped in and really helped me put more money behind it, brought it to the right people to kind of help us grow it more.
So you borrowed $2,500 at 11 years old. How did you do that? I can't do that.
Yeah. My oldest brother, Luke, is a well-known surfer. He had money from his sponsors, so he lent me the money. I got it from him because I didn't want to take it in my parents' account because then they would see the $2,500
I love this
charge taken out of their account. So I went to him, and he was all in. So I guess he was technically the first investor.
There you go. Is he looking for any dividends right now, or did you?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's funny. He brings that up sometimes. I'm like, no. Oh.
So Zack, you put together this platform, and we're talking with Zack Marks, the world's next multi-billionaire. You put together this social platform. When did you decide to include your parents, and why should parents appreciate your social platform?
I included my parents. Actually, when I first brought it to them, they said, well, if you're going to create a social networking site, it has to be safe, because then there's no point in creating a kid's social networking site. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Distracting me with the Santa photos.
I want to know. I know who's naughty or nice.
Trust me, you're in a very mature zone. Go right ahead.
No, I like it. He sounds like Santa too. Actually, it's funny. No, and then my parents said, if you're gonna make if you're gonna make a social networking site for kids, it has to be safe. So that's when they stepped in and implemented the safety features, because I didn't design the safety features. They did. They said. They did all that. They said we need the 24/7 live monitoring.
I'm just wondering if maybe Harvard or Stanford University has already invited you to attend their university.
I'm still a freshman, so
trust me, they're listening. They're looking for you, guy. So you got your parents to do some work, in which every child should do. Make your parents work. They put together.
That is such a bad way to put it, but okay. We'll go with it.
That's right, Dad. You have a 10 o'clock curfew, and don't forget, I'll dock your pay.
Your parents will never hear this interview.
So how did you come up with the word Grom? Were all the other letters being used in the alphabet?
Oh my gosh, Grom comes from Australia. It's like a young surfer athlete. The exact definition is a promising young individual that is quick to learn.
Wow.
So we thought it'd be a good name because we get called Groms a lot when we surf. Like, hey, Grom, let's go surf, and we're a whole surfing family. But it's now becoming way more popular.
Well, that would good thing you're not from Hawaii then, because calling it bra would probably get you in a lot of trouble. Because that's what hey, bra, let's go surfing.
Oh my gosh.
We are talking today with Zack Marks, who is America's next billionaire. He has created a social platform so that children, parents, teachers, adults can be safe, or at least assured of safety, while your children peruse the Al Gore internet.
So tell us about the characters, because I think that's a fascinating idea.
The characters, yeah.
Yes.
We drew the characters out in the beginning. Basically what the characters do is they're the ones who monitor the site. So the parents are behind the characters, or our staff members behind the characters, chatting with the kids, making sure the site's safe.
Mm-hmm. So you and I are talking, and I put in a potty word.
So let's get this straight, so.
And this is Ken McClinton. So if you got, can you hear that already? Am I live? Can you hear him? Yes. Is this working? Is this thing on? If someone uses a potty word, then the character.
A potty word. Oh my gosh.
We're down with you, peeps.
No, he's definitely
Yo.
he's definitely a Santa Claus in the mall or something. I can tell. Potty word. Oh my
Party
God.
word. Does the red light go off with the party word?
See if he gets a wagon this year.
Free Sacco has a question while we give the professor a chance to swallow. Free Sacco, go right ahead.
Can you go into detail as far as how it's more safe than Facebook? Like,
Yeah. So we have
what are the
24/7 live
details?
monitoring.
That's enough, Sacco. He got the idea.
Oh, okay.
You're not a talker. You're a doer.
You're right. I'm gonna go back to the board. Carry on.
No.
Finish
It's a good question. No, it's a good question. But 24/7 live monitoring, bad word filters are on the site. When you sign up for the site, you're required to.
Potty is a bad word.
Hey,
Okay.
No, please.
You know what?
I finished chewing.
The one time I ask a question and I get over time.
No. But it's you're required to sign up with a parent. But the parent gets a copy of everything that's going on. We have report cards that a parent can check, a breakdown of what the kid's history has done, and that week, day, month, year. So the parents are updated on what the kid is doing.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way of keeping it secured.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kids can't sign up without parental approval.
No, they can sign up, but eventually the parents are going to get the email to it, and you need a parent to approve it because you got to call Grom Social or put in your credit card information or submit a document and sign it. So not usually kids under the age of 13 don't have credit cards, so they usually get their parents to do it.
This one's my daughter, and when she was 3, she ordered about 30 pizzas online with my credit card. Yes.
Great job.
On the phone, I'm sorry, but she used my credit card, so she got a hold of one. So who wrote the algorithm to look for the words, and how did you decide which words to use?
What do you mean?
The algorithm that goes through and listens to the conversations on the big brother that monitors all the conversations through the characters, and if you use something indiscreet or a bad word,
Like
that they'll
potty.
find it, potty.
A bad word? So you mean if there's like a conversation that has bad words in it, like how do we monitor it?
What do you do, and how do you figure it
if
out?
kids are chatting with each other, it just comes out in stars, so they don't really even know what it's saying. But usually, most of the time, they warn the characters, or we can flag them in the system. We can see it in the back end of each conversation with every person on the website. So if it's a curse word or stars, it comes up as stars on the website. So if we see that, we can flag and go to that user and give them a warning. Now, if he does it again, post bad photo, we can ban the user for 24 hours. Usually they learn their lesson by then, and if they come back and do it again, then they're banned from the site.
So maybe 1 or 2 people are using this platform, right? How many people around the world are using your platform?
About 1.4 million right now.
Yes, and Sacco wants to add to that. He wants to join.
What is the
With
age
parental
range?
permission.
Yeah,
Age is 16 is the max age, but our target's like 7 to, or we'll call it 6 to 14.
And so all these little kids are on the internet, and they're they're grown friending each other. How do you keep up with all of that in terms of parent notifications and things of that nature?
What do you mean, like if all the kids are friending each other?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not really, the characters don't know who's friends with who exactly on every, that's impossible to track all that. But basically, if I friend another kid on the site, let's just say. Now, my characters, I'm friends with everybody on the website, but now let's just say I'm just a normal kid and I friended somebody else. The parent will get the notification, hey, Zach wants to be friends with your son or daughter, and this is their name. And then the mom or dad will be like, oh, I know who he is. Okay, I'll approve it. Now they're friends. Or, no, I don't know who that is. I'm not going to approve it. But some parents just go ahead and approve everything, and that's when we kind of step in. And
those are called free range parents, like the ground
or some of the
professor
parents
who allows his daughter to order 30 pizzas at the age of 3 using a credit card. Yeah, you got to be careful of parents like those.
That's because the credit card didn't cost money.
But Zach, how much is what's the valuation of your company right now?
We're about, I think it's like 60-something million right now.
60 million, and that's from an investment of $2,500, and your hard work of getting your parents to do work. That's extraordinary, and I commend you.
Thank
in
you.
all seriousness. that's a tremendous job. And one of the reasons why I've always wanted you to come on my program and talk about this particular thing. How can parents do the right thing and get their kids off of Facebook and onto Grown Social?
How can parents do the right thing?
Obviously, Zack was not making that comment. It was Ken.
You're asking a freshman in high school how to parent. What is it?
Hey, in my
Romeo and Juliet?
Hey, in my neighborhood, it's a lot of freshmen who are parenting.
I forgot. Yes.
Wow.
That's because they don't have Grom.
All right, let's keep it PG. Hopefully, that's why I do a lot of interviews and really educate parents, really how unsafe it could be online. And I actually did a video for Fulton County Schools in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's basically me talking about the digital footprint, how if you post a bad photo, you post your address online, or a bad comment, it's going to stay with you for life. You can't erase it. It's the internet, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they post a photo of them doing something that's not the best, and then a couple years later, 2 years later, they're going for a job interview, and a lot of companies, they look through your social media profiles and stuff. Basically, the whole idea was about no bullying. If you are being bullied online, what do you do? And if you post a bad photo, it sticks with you for life. So don't make that mistake. But that's why Grom is different, because if you do make that mistake on our website, we take it down because the monitors are monitoring 24/7, 7 days a week, and we can teach them the lesson why you shouldn't post that.
That's awesome. Simply awesome.
Don't you want to be back here in 20 years to see how his kids do? What kind of inventions
For him,
they're making?
he was 11 years old when he created this. It won't take him 20 years.
I want to see what kind of dad he is. Like, I'll kill you, kid.
Are the kids at school? Because that's the truth. Are the kids in your school or other environment? Are they down with this? Are they?
Oh yeah, they like it. They love the site. A lot of my friends. It's funny creating the site without telling my parents. It was just a secret, kind of from my dad at least.
Yeah.
I went to my friend's house. I said, "Hey, look, I looked at this new site. Like, what do you think about it? Should I make an account?" And I didn't tell them it was mine.
Yeah.
Because if you tell them, "Oh yeah, look, I created this site," they're gonna say they like it no matter what. So I wanted to get that honest feedback. Mm-hmm. And I got a great response from all of it. And I remember I was messaging probably 2-3 of my friends on there when we first got started, some of my closer friends, and we were messaging for about 2 months before they even knew that I actually created the site.
So do they treat you differently now?
Yeah.
Because they know you're a super guru?
I wouldn't say, I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on that. I don't really know.
I mean, you seem to be a very down-to-earth young man. You don't seem to be, flighty. You don't seem to be precocious. You seem to be a very down-to-earth young man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's a sign of great parenting. Isn't that right, Underground Professor?
So are you guys from Australia? Don't learn how to talk down under? Or
No. We're not from down under. We're from Florida, but we're now living out in California.
Yes.
Santa?
Yeah. California. Well, of course.
You would think he would know that, right?
I know.
I have staff. The little people take care of that.
I have one more question for you. Are you the one who made the site as far as that goes technically? You used
like
PHP coding. Did you learn the coding yourself and build it, or did you have somebody help you with the coding?
So,
Yes.
in the beginning, I didn't really know too much about coding. I was familiar with it, but we had a software. So basically, Joomla is like a platform that you can upload your stuff to. But we contacted a family friend who happened to be a web developer who kind of brought the idea to life. So he did the basic HTML, CSS coding. But now, I mean, I was always like into technology, and I kind of knew about coding and the different languages, but I never actually did it because there was no point in me doing it.
Sure.
But now, since we have pretty much a technology company, now I know how to code because it's something that
You have to know.
I think I need to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I can probably code a basic website. Like if I had the brain now that I did when I first started, I probably could have coded the website myself.
Sure.
But no, in the beginning I didn't really know too much about it.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm interested because as a young kid growing up myself, in my area, computers were big, right? And if you wanted to build something, you had to know how to code. And around the time where the App Store came out for Apple and Google Play, coding was a big interest of mine. So I was curious as far as, have you gotten to any of Apple's or the Android operating system's coding, their SDKs? Have you done any of that, or is it mostly just PHP and website building?
It's we do have a mobile app in the store, in the App Store right now. We completely redesigned it. We had one out in the Android store, but we're making it better. It should be launched the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're just stress testing it right now, but
Sure.
But I don't really know too much about like the mobile app stuff, because now we have a full team of doing it.
Right.
But
You've
I just
pioneered
try to know enough so I don't sound like I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it.
Right.
That makes sense.
You're the big picture man now.
A big picture. But I don't really know too much about the mobile coding and stuff like that. I designed all the mobile apps and stuff.
Right.
But I think most of it's in HTML5, but I'm not sure exactly what they use.
Sure. Cool. Thank you.
How can people invest in your company?
Invest. Well, if you're at this show, you can just come by your booth. That would probably be the easiest. Or you can contact us, maybe. We have a 1-800.
What's your contact information?
I don't know
for
the
all
number.
the ladies who want to call you because they're
He's
looking
big
for
picture. He doesn't know the phone. That's technical
I
stuff.
don't think I feel comfortable putting out my cell phone number.
No, not your cell phone number. What is the company's telephone
I don't
number?
know the exact number.
Don't know. Okay.
It's switched like 5 or 6 times.
What's your booth number? You guys have?
Yeah.
What, are you hiding from people? The IRS or something?
Wait,
You
what?
hiding from Santa, the IRS?
Santa.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to get a hold of you now, so that's a good thing.
Got me on speed dial.
Yeah.
But they can go to Grom Social. What is the website?
Just gromsocial.com.
Grom Social.
Yeah.
Okay. Terrific. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you.
Thank
You're
you.
a tremendous businessman. And I appreciate your deviancy. It reminds me of me when I was younger. And I really
Don't
hope that
scare
you
the
have...
guy.
Look what you could be when you grow up.
I can't believe I actually met a guy who works for or is a Santa in a mall. Like, that still amazes me. That I always thought about that, like going in because we do Christmas photos and how I'm actually sitting across from a Santa who does that.
A lot of fun, I'll tell you.
It's a lot of fun.
But it's exhausting.
Telling kids, what do you want for Christmas?
But everybody, you'll know this. At your house, you have your own Santa legends and how you do Christmas and everything.
Elf on the Shelf.
Right, so all that. So I have all these kids with all of their own stuff, and they expect me to know it. So I'm on guard. I have to figure out ways to figure this out.
Is
not
it like
say the
Santa
wrong
school?
thing. Well, there are Santa schools. I've never gone. I'm
He's
Santa.
the
I don't
original.
have to, but my helpers.
I'm
go.
Santa. I'm Santa.
Those are for my helpers. You've got helpers now, right?
Oh, man.
And I like the way you reached out to my neighborhood and picked me to be a Santa, too.
Sure.
So, hey, you just take anybody, right?
Well, there's some places even Santa won't go.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of that, I'm thinking about giving you a vacuum for Christmas.
Yes.
Zack Marks, everyone. Grom Social, GROMSOCIAL.com, right?
Yep.
There we go. Make certain that you go there. Make certain that your parents go there. Make certain that your teachers take you there. And make certain if you are a pastor or minister or anyone else who has a youth ministry that your children are online at Grom Social. Thank you so much for listening to this very special Rogue.
Anybody here at Freedom Fest that wants to go by, what is the booth number? Or is that a big picture thing, too?
No. You know what? At
511.
511.
All right, good.
511.
Everybody,
There
the
you go.
next Bill Gates,
Yeah.
No.
without a comma.
Bill Gates.
Yes. Is
No,
this-
he's saying he's better than Bill Gates.
No,
I
I'm
think the
not
comparison-
saying I'm better than Bill Gates.
Bill Gates who?
Who's he?
Steve Forbes who? So your next thing is hairbrushes.
Airbrushes.
You can pick up a comb set right here at Freedom
Oh
Fest.
man.
I love that hair.
It is.
Yes.
Thank you.
It reminds me of my beard hair. You know how hard it is to keep this straight? It's
You know what
amazing.
happens?
It really is tough.
His hair used to be, the beard
It grew down.
used to be up.
It
Now
grew down.
It grew down. Same thing's going to happen to you, Zach. No, don't.
Oh boy.
But congratulations to you.
Thank
We're
you.
very proud of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. You've been listening to a rogue version of SHR Media with the exceptional one, Kevin Clinton, and Dr. Michael Jones, the underground professor. Stay tuned for more of the best in late night conservative talk.
The best late night conservative talk show in America, Zack Radio. And listen, there are no people better on the air to give you the best in conservative talk than Zack Sean and Zack Clint. And we're working on the immigration papers for a certain other guy who happens to work here too. For those who are tuning in around the world to the best in late night conservative talk, Zack Radio.
Tack News. Tack News.
Radio.
Tack News. Tack News.
Radio.
Zack.
The best late night conservative talk show in America. In America.
In America.
Into the bylaw.
And in this web was a large, I'm pretty sure it was the biggest spider I've ever seen.